Good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center Saxe this Sunday morning, July 12th, 2020. Let's prepare heart and mind for service this morning. Let's take a deep breath in together and exhale. Breathe in again. Hold it at the top. Exhale. Start to allow yourself to drop into your heart space. Letting go of things that are on your mind. Taking off all the hats that you wear during the week. Letting go of all the things that you are to everyone in your world. And settle into your being. Your beingness, the core of who you are, which is a divine expression, part and parcel of the same force that created heaven and earth, the cosmos, all the flora and fauna of this earth, who created all beings. That is the same force of which you are made. Continue to breathe deeply, allowing your body to relax, letting go of any tension. Stretching out a bit if necessary. Filling your heart with gratitude for the blessed lives that we lead, for all the joy, love, prosperity, and peace that's overflowing in our lives. Let your heart fill with gratitude for the ability to create, to experience life as you choose, and to be the hands and feet of the Creator on this earth. Continue to breathe deeply, knowing that breath is life, and life is breath. And we are all one family, one humanity. We are one single breath of the Creator. We are love itself. We are power. We are strength. We are peace. And now let's sing our centering song together, Spirit's Prayer.
Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without.
And so we bring this feeling of love and peace now to our children's blessing for all children of the world. Let's recite together. Children of light, we see you guided and directed by an inward spirit that leads you into the path that is right for you. We see you strong and whole. We see you blessed and prospered. We see you courageous and confident. We see you as the spiritually perfect beings you truly are. Children of light, we bless you. And our inspiration moment this morning is from Unity's Daily Word. I am divinely guided. Guidance can be easy to find in the outer world. Maps and GPS technology can help me navigate my way just about anywhere. Everywhere I go, there are signs marking streets, adorning storefronts, and providing just about every kind of information and opinion imaginable. Spiritual guidance often is not as evident, but it is much more valuable. This guidance can come to me as a persistent tug on my attention, as a gut feeling or intuition, or even in a dream as I sleep. I pay attention to all guidance I receive and step out in faith to move my steps in its direction. I know that the spirit of wisdom and love within me are always guiding me to blessings of greater peace, love, and prosperity. Make me know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. That's Psalm 25, verse 4. Now let's recite together 3 times our affirmation for the day. I am divinely guided. I am divinely guided. I am divinely guided. And now we have a video of Robin Hackett when she was here on May 31st, singing Back to the Garden.
Well, I came upon a child of God. He was walking on down the road, and I asked him, where are you going? This he told me. He said, I'm going down to Asgard's farm, gonna join in a rock and roll band, and I'm gonna camp out on the land and get my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, celebration. And then I dreamed I saw the farmers riding shotgun in the sky, turning into butterflies above our nation. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Back to the garden, yeah, yeah. Back to the garden. We are stardust, we are golden. We are stardust, we are golden. We are stardust, we are golden. And we've got to get ourselves, yes, we've got to get ourselves, yes, we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Back to the garden, yeah. Back to the garden. Back to the garden. And we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Back to the garden.
I think Robin's song, Back to the Garden, is my personal theme song for this 100 Days journey to the secret place. So this is day one of our journey. And when I think of back to the garden and I think of the secret place, I think of this awareness of us being golden and stardust, like Robin so beautifully sings. But as we start this journey, I think it's important to, again, not think about the 100 days, because I think we get stuck on that big number and this commitment for 3+ months. And really, that's not important. It's probably the least important thing. What's important is the journey itself. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days and forward. And what will happen in those days. Those of you who have said yes to this calling have lit a spark that will become a flame in those 100 days. A flame of such brightness that it will be inconceivable to you that something could be that bright within you. This is the faith of as small as a mustard seed that can grow into a tree that is just incredibly large and fruitful. So this is the beginning, day one. And as we think about this journey, let's keep our awareness in each day as we progress. When I think about some of the journeys I've been on, some of the individual chapters of my life, I know that in my 20s and 30s, what I always had my mind on was the goal. I was always thinking of the end, the 100 days. And yes, it's important to think about the end, but it's important to let yourself be on the journey fully and not to miss the beauty of what you're becoming in those 100 days. I remember when I first joined the choir at Unity of Dallas, probably 14 years ago now, our music director, Neil Malles, became my voice coach. I wanted to work on my voice. And I was inspired to sing more and get to the point where I could sing solos, because when I first joined the choir, I was terrified to sing outside of the group. I needed the safety of the choir to raise my voice. And so as long as I had the choir around me, I felt safe. And I would keep my voice small because I didn't want to be heard outside of the group. So when I was inspired to do more of that, I went to Neil and started coaching with him. And he very masterfully got me to the point where I could sing in front of that congregation at Unity of Dallas. And it was interesting how he got me to do that, because in the beginning it was enough just to sing in front of him at the piano during our lessons. And then during choir rehearsal, I remember the day he first had me get up and turn and sing to the choir. I was terrified, even of the people that were in my choir. Because here are the people I sang with, many of whom were professionals. Some of them were just people who loved to sing like me. But many of them are professionals. And it's one thing to sing in front of strangers. For me, it was a whole nother thing to sing in front of people that see you all the time. And I thought, judging me. That may not have been happening, but that's all I could think about. So that first day he asked me to turn and sing to them, I just was quaking inside. But I got through it. And then I started to sing solo parts, a line here or there, or a verse here or there to the congregation. And so I was growing through that time over those years, and eventually I got to where I did entire solos and just started to feel the power that happens when you're singing in front of an audience and you're bringing these lyrics up and you can feel Spirit moving through your voice, Spirit acting as your voice in a room, and watching people being impacted by that. But that journey of all those years of learning with him was just a beautiful, wonderful thing. And I remember times in my lessons with him where I would get to where I could work on that breaking point everybody has in their voice, where you go from where you're comfortable into, say, your head voice, if you're not comfortable being in your head voice. And we would work through that. And I would get to the point where I could hit these beautifully high notes, and both of us would have goosebumps all over us, listening to it and knowing that I had gone past a limit that I thought I could not reach before. And my vocal range just got wider and bigger and more powerful. It was just an amazing thing. And so if I just concentrate on the comfort and the joy I find in singing now, I would have missed all the beauty of becoming in those years. And it took about 10 years. It took 10 years for me to get comfortable, to feel okay sharing my voice. And so this journey of this 100 days is like that. We are becoming something. We've said yes to something. We don't know what that is. But enjoy this journey. Enjoy day one when you've perhaps meditated for the first time and you weren't sure what was going to happen, you weren't sure how you were going to feel, and maybe it doesn't feel particularly good. Appreciate being there. Let yourself be fully in the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it is you did. Enjoy that. Be grateful for that. Allow yourself to appreciate it. And then as day 15 comes around, day 20, 25, 30, 45, 60, 75, you will see a transformation happening. You will feel a transformation happening, which is just as beautiful as what happened on day 1. Just as beautiful. So don't discount the early days. Don't discount the journey, only looking for the 100. Yes, the 100's important. But what really matters in life is the journey itself, the getting to, the becoming, the getting to. I saw a post this morning on Pinterest. It said very simply, trust the wait, W-A-I-T, the waiting, the journey, the happening in between. Embrace the uncertainty and enjoy the beauty of becoming. Trust the wait. Trust whatever should be happening to you in these 100 days. We don't know what that is. We may think we know what that is. Right now, what we think is going to happen is that we'll have a daily meditation practice. But so much can happen to your soul, to your being, to your heart, to your mind, to your body when you commit yourself to that kind of practice. It's so much more than the ticking off of 100 days. It's so much more than that big round number at the end. Because there's all this beauty in the middle, leading to the big number. It's like planting a garden in the spring, and the plants are young and tender. And you plant them, and if you spread them out, keeping in mind that in a year, 2 years, 5 years, the plants will be bigger and rounder and fuller, perhaps the garden doesn't look like a whole lot in the beginning. I think that's why sometimes when people garden, they stuff too many plants together. And then in 5 years, they're all crowded, and you just got a big mass of things. You can't really tell what things are, and they're struggling to survive around each other because we just want to rush the process and we want it to look pretty now. We want it to be what it should be later, right now. But those little seedlings, those young plants, had their own beauty at that time, and that space in between them is purposeful. It's necessary for them to come to full flowering. And when you see a garden planted like that, 5, 10 years later, your breath is just taken away because everything has its place. It has space to grow and be itself, to bloom fully, to be appreciated against the contrast in other parts of the garden, to see how the colors play off of each other. They have room to move in the wind. So let's allow ourselves space to grow in this 100 days. Be joyously expectant about what can happen. Be open. Embrace, as the post said on Pinterest, embrace the uncertainty of what that is. And continue saying yes every single day. Every single day. That's all it takes. Because this is really just a journey of 100 single days. 100 single days. That's it. Day at a time. Day at a time. Each will have its own beauty. I was thinking this morning about our 12 powers again. And I talked last week about packing trust and faith with you on this journey. But I think the powers of order and will are good for this journey. Will is the power to choose, decide, to dictate, and determine. You'll be deciding each day, am I going to say yes again to this journey? Am I going to say yes again? Because this is another single day of that 100 days. So you get to get up in the morning and say, am I choosing to say yes again? I said yes at the beginning of the journey. I said yes before the journey. Am I going to say yes again on day 35? Am I going to say yes again on day 2? Day 3? Day 89? Day 99? Some of us self-sabotage right before the prize. I did that a lot in my early years. And a few people in our group have already voiced, I've never done that. And some people were afraid to say yes because they'd never committed to something like that for themselves. And it's in those times that I remember my friend Dottie Gandy's phrase, up until now. Up until today, I have not meditated for 100 consecutive days. However, now I say yes to 100 days of meditation. And I boldly step forward every single day and I say yes every single day and give myself the gift time in the quiet. Up until now, I was not disciplined in my spiritual practice. However, starting today, July 12th, 2020, I say yes to a more intimate relationship with the God of my understanding. The power of will is the executive ability. The ability that says, I make the decisions here. I'm the master of my universe. The affirmation here says just that. I'm the master of my universe. I am decisive and boldly reach for my next goal. And your next goal is day 2 right now. If you haven't meditated yet, your next goal is meditating before midnight tonight. It's that simple. Your goal is not the 100 days. Your goal is to meditate today. To start nurturing this relationship with yourself as divine being and with this energy that is God. The power of order also. Order is the power to organize, align, sequence, and adjust. There may have to be adjustments in your day so that you can make space for this commitment. What do you have to shift? We've talked about that. But now we're in it. We're in the 100 days. Things are always easier in theory. To when the pedal hits the metal, that you get to make decisions. And the affirmation for order, I connect with my innate sense of direction. I easily sense where to place my attention, adjust my mindset, or correct my course of action. So if you haven't meditated yet today, on this first of the 100 days, what do you have to readjust? What do you have to prioritize? Is this spiritual journey, this mission that you've said yes to, is it still as important as it was prior to the start of the 100 days? I ran from so many opportunities in my life. Maybe you've done the same thing. What do you choose now? I had to get to the point where I said, up until now, I didn't run boldly towards goodness. Up until now, I was afraid of that. Up until now, I was undisciplined. But now I want something better. Now, the journey is different. Now I am all in. Now I will continue to say yes. Now I am steadfast. I love that word. I am steadfast in this journey. So embrace every day. Stay present in each day. Enjoy them all. It's not just about the big number. It really isn't. And you don't get to the big number unless you're there for the smaller numbers. And they're not smaller as in little and insignificant. They're just as important as day 100. Just as important. Perhaps more important. Because you'll never see 100 if you don't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 18, 29, 54, 86. Yeah. It's all beautiful. Even in its messiness, even in its state of discomfort, even in the indecision, even in those days of being terrified to sing, something was happening within me. Something was changing. And it was just as beautiful as the times when I sing now and feel that power within me. So often that a lot of times I feel the emotion well up in me, and I wonder if I'm going to be able to finish a song without getting teary-eyed and crying. Because that's what happens now. But that wouldn't have happened if the journey had not gotten me there. If I hadn't had those moments of beauty leading up to what happens now. So the beauty of becoming, we're looking at the tip of the iceberg right now with everyone. Saying yes. It's the spark to the flame. The seedling in the ground. With the big oak at the end of the line. We're just seeds, marinating. That ground is that time in the silence. Every day that you're in there, you're fertilizing, watering that seed, nurturing whatever is going to grow within you. Within you. If we just stay on the journey, things will happen that you could not have conceived of. Things will happen. Things are already happening because as soon as you say yes, the energy that is God, that is the universe with a capital U, is already responding, is already setting something in motion to flood into your life. and it'll take your breath away when you look back at it later. Just saying yes sparks the flame in the divine realm. Just saying yes. So say yes every day. Enjoy the journey. Trust the wait. Embrace this uncertainty. And thoroughly enjoy and love this beauty of becoming. Let's take this into meditation. Let's take a deep breath together. And exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. Just let your heart settle on the beauty of becoming. Let it settle on the word yes. Yes to whatever you are stepping forward to. Whether it is this 100 days journey to the secret place or something else. Know that there is a goodness now rushing towards you because you have said yes. And just like we do an affirmative prayer, give thanks for whatever that gift is. Whatever that gift is, be thankful for it right here and right now in your heart of hearts. Knowing that the blessing is more than your two arms can hold, more than your heart can conceive, that your imagination can picture. And you are now in a state of expansion. Ever-moving, evolving process of creation by feeding the mind and the soul with quiet time every single day. With time with the God of your understanding. Time for love, peace, goodness, prosperity, vibrant health. Continue to breathe, just letting yourself overflow with gratitude for whatever that gift is. It exists in pure potentiality within your being right here and right now. As soon as you said yes, it appeared in pure potentiality. Be grateful for it. Let's take in another deep breath together, supporting each other, holding each other. Exhale. Breathing in peace, love, joy, power. Exhale. Inhaling will and order. Exhaling deeply, fully. Inhaling trust and faith. and exhaling. Knowing that life is breath and breath is life. And exhaling again. Keeping the cycle of life flowing. The cycle of creation moving. Continue to breathe. Relaxing in. Going back to the garden. Resting in the secret place. The secret place where there is only goodness, safety. That is our one security in life. True security lies in the secret place. Continue to breathe. Now let's just be in a moment of silence together. And we offer this in the name and in the nature of Jesus the Christ, who is our brother and way shower. Amen. And so while we are now in this quiet, meditative state, let's just say the names of those that we want to pray for and hold in our hearts. Pete and Dia. Monique. Paul. For Deborah. For the Leslie family. For Harper, Reba, and Eddie. For Harper's parents and all those who love her. And so for all of these souls and for all those who are unnamed but not forgotten in our hearts, we know and affirm that they are whole, perfect, and complete, and that their highest and best is now at work in their lives. And we hold them close in our hearts, keeping them in our thoughts and in our prayers. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen. And so we are ready for our celebration of giving. Let's recite together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all the good that I am and have, all the good that I give and receive. And so it is.
Take away the melodies. Take away the songs I sing. Take away all the lights and all the songs you let me write. Does the soul I am today say the words you need to to say. Let them see you in me. Let them hear you when I speak. Let them feel you when I sing. Let them see you. Let them see you in me. Who am I without your grace? Another smile, another face, another breath, a grain of sand, passing quickly through your hand. I give my life an offering. Take it all, take everything. Let them see you. Let them feel you when I sing. Let them see you. Let them see you in me. With every breath I breathe, I sing a simple melody, but I pray they'll hear more than a song in me. In me. Let them see you in me. Let them hear you when I speak. Let them feel you when I sing. Let them see you. Oh, let them see you in me. Let them hear you when I speak. Let them feel you when I sing. Let them see you. Let them see you in me. Let them see you. Let them see you in me. Yes. Let them see you in all of us. All of us. Amen.
Thank you. So we just have a few announcements for today, 3 of them. And they're coming up right now. So today at 12:30, we have our Zoom meeting. It's the second Sunday. So 12:30 on Zoom. So the link is on Facebook, and it's also on our unitysaxy.org website. You can go straight to that Zoom link and be on with us at 12:30 for a broad discussion. We'll talk about our words, our powers for the year. We'll just check in, see how everybody's doing. If you want, we can even talk about day 1 of this 100 days journey. I created a group on Insight Timer. That's the app that can help you create presets for your meditation time. You can have gongs and bells and other things to help pace you through your meditation time. It'll also track your meditation days. So you just go to the group, you search for 100 Days Journey to the Secret Place. Absolutely anybody can join. You don't have to be on Facebook or anything like that. This is a totally separate thing. So you download the Insight Timer through your app store, whether you have an Android phone or an iPhone, whatever it is. So you can download that and use that as one of the tools for this 100 Days journey. And yesterday on our kick-off conversation at 11 a.m. on Zoom, we decided that we wanted to support each other through this journey. So we're going to have Zoom calls on Tuesday evenings at 6:30 and Saturdays at 11 a.m. The links are on the private Facebook group. So the discussions are just for those in that Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook and you want to be a part of the Zoom meetings, let me know. I'll email you and I can send out all those links to you. So I'll find a way for those who are not on Facebook to get the information they need in order to participate in the calls. So you can be on every single call twice a week if you want. You can choose Tuesday one week, Saturday another week, and we'll see if these days work out, if we need to shift some things or add extra days so that people can see each other and get the support they need. We'll do that. So just let me know. Oh, I thought I was getting a signal from back there. So Tuesdays, yes, at 6:30, and Saturdays at 11 a.m. are the Zoom calls for the 100 days. Fred, do you have anything? Yeah. Come on up.
For those of y'all that don't know me, I'm the president of the board, and the board met last week. We finally got our mission and vision statement for the Unity Spiritual Center of Saxe done. So we will roll that out here in the near future because we're very proud of it. It's taken us a while to put it together and get the wording exactly like we wanted it. So now that we have that done, we can go forward. We were celebrating our first year as a board, so we were very excited to have that accomplished at our anniversary. Second thing is we're going to have our celebration for the bricks on September the 12th. We're in the planning stages of that now. And so if you have a last minute order of someone that you want to get a brick for, you need to get that order in by the end of July because it takes us about 6 weeks to get them made and get them installed, and we want to be able to have them in time for that ceremony. So those of you that are used to me getting up here and telling a joke at the beginning, I decided that I would tell the announcements first, and then I would say something different. This came to me because of all of the stuff. I don't watch a lot of news and stuff on television, but I can tell you that if you're a believer, this is a really difficult time to not prejudge people. You see them on television, you hear them on the radio, and you go, oh my goodness, what in the world? Who is that person? It's real difficult, okay? And just as I was in the middle of thinking of that, I found a poem that I felt was very appropriate for that subject. It's a poem called Heaven's Surprise by Rod Hemphill. I was shocked, confused, and bewildered as I entered heaven's door, not by the beauty of it all, nor the lights or its decor, but it was the folks in heaven who made me sputter and gasp, the thieves, the liars, the sinners, the alcoholics, and the trash. There stood the kid from 7th grade who stole my lunch money twice. Next to him was my old neighbor who never said anything nice. Herb, who I always thought was rotting in hell, was sitting pretty on cloud 9, looking incredibly well. I nudged Jesus. What's the deal? I would love to hear your take how all these sinners get up here, God must have made a mistake. And why is everyone so somber? Give me a clue. He said, hush, child. They're all in shock. No one thought they'd be seeing you. So, back when I used to do sales seminars, I used to tell my people all the time that when you point a finger, you got 3 fingers pointing back at you. So you have to be real careful when you start prejudging and you start making assumptions about who people are, because they're probably not. They're probably coming out of somewhere in your insides that says, yeah, I remember that from the 7th grade. That guy looks just like the guy in 7th grade that stole my lunch money. Anyway, thank you for indulging me.
And just one more thing I want to say, because it is a 1-year anniversary for this board. And I just want to acknowledge them and thank each one of them. Fred Gardnauer, our president. Sue Lorenz is our vice president. Jerry Maressa is our secretary of the board. And Mike Barraza is our treasurer. They came on board July 1, 2019, and hit the ground running. They wanted, and we did have 2 board meetings a month, every month for the first 6 months, because they were intent on getting the job done for this community. And I am so proud of them. I'm so honored to work with them. And I'm just blown away by the things that we have achieved in this 1 year. And I'm so excited for the future of this community and what's happened. So every time you see these 4 folks, please give them your love and your gratitude, because they are working hard for this community as it is right now. And we have a vision for this place, for this community, and all the people that we love here. They are putting in the time, the hours, the energy. God bless your spouses and your loved ones, because they're putting up with them being absent and gone and busy an awful lot. But I just want you to know how much I love you and how much I appreciate all 4 of you. So thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to our prayer for protection. Let's recite together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now, in all our power and strength, let's recite our vision affirmation together. We are a growing, thriving spiritual community. We are stepping more fully into our innate divinity and earnestly expressing our I am nature each day. We give freely, generously, and lovingly to the places where we receive our spiritual food, and we are manifesting overflowing abundance in every area of our lives like never before. Our collective energy is a positive magnetic force that attracts spiritual seekers to our center every week. And our Sunday services and events are now filled to capacity. We are peace, we are prosperity, we are joy, we are love, we are Unity Spiritual Center Saxe. And that's the truth. Ruth? Thank you very much for sharing your Sunday mornings with us. Have a blessed week. If you're doing the 100 Days Journey, check us out on Facebook. Email me or give me a call if you're not on Facebook and you would like to get information about the Zoom calls. And take it a day at a time, folks. Enjoy the becoming. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.